It'll be really interesting. And maybe that's a question for you: is where do you see all this going? I mean, if we look out there, everything's very still much Wild West. I think to most extent. Where do you see AI content becoming powerful and purposeful and losing value in the market?
Yeah, so I think what sort of will sort of color my answer is that if we look at LLMs over the last sort of you know launched in 2020, wildly popular 2022, been on a pretty impressive sort of adoption curve 22 to now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but what we've seen is that sort of our detection capabilities have been closing faster than the improvement rate of LLMs. And what we're seeing is a sort of plateauing of large language models and this closing of a gap around detection. And so what that sort of says to us, and all new models that come out um, seem to be similar in terms of detection capabilities. And so when you sort of take a step back and look at how are these LLM built, same data, so the internet being consumed on
Mm-hmm.
the same NVIDIA chips with the same sort of transformer training technology architecture. And so the output, they fiddle with the sort of the safety and the weights and biases, but the output all has a lot of similarities. And so the I think this could age poorly, but where do I see it going? I see this sort of plateauing of foundational model performance. Just like they're fighting for every little incremental gain that they can get right
Yeah.
now, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to the leaps that they were previously achieving.
Right.
And we're seeing it now permeate all parts of products. And
Mm-hmm.
so whether it's in your phone, whether it's on summary from this podcast, and so I think what we're seeing is um, the sort of proliferation of its adoption across a whole bunch of different types of ways of using it. And so before it was like, here's the window, here's the output of text, and now it's like, no, it's natively inside a podcast where you can then search back to what were wanting to look at. So how does
Yeah.
that impact marketers? I think it, like every industry, it will increase efficiency. If used correctly, it can make research really easy. It can give you ideas on different titles, different whatever you're sort of wherever you're getting stuck,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then it can help with sort of every step of your process. And then it's up to the human in the loop to figure out how can they contribute value and it not just be a copy paste. Even if you use your own words, how can it not just be a copy paste out of the AI tool, but how can you have gone in and contributed your own thoughts that have brought something new to sort of the state of human knowledge that the LLM was reflecting.